So people have been liking my cooking videos, so this week I'm gonna be doing a meal prep video. I like to spend the weekends just trying to cook as much as possible so that during the week I can focus on doing my work and spending time with my family. So if you're into meal prepping or if you're looking for some meal prepping ideas, I got you. Keep on watching this video. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my future videos, and let's get right onto it. So now that our son is slightly older, he's 9 months, he's like starting to now kind of be able to eat the same things that we eat, which makes cooking a lot easier than before. So I'm gonna be making a pork and sweet potato dish for Jonathan and I, but then I'm gonna be making a chicken dish for everyone, but then like splitting it in half and then just blending the babies and then keeping ours unblended because we don't eat blended foods. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I recently started doing WW. So I'm 9 months postpartum, still not feeling like 1000% comfortable with my body, and part of that is that I just don't feel like strong, one, and also like I need to eat because I'm still breastfeeding, but I also need to like make healthier eating choices. And so one of the things that I actually really like about the app is that you can find recipes already in the app. If you're making a recipe on your own, like you can go ahead and input each and every single ingredient, but sometimes it's just easier to just like, let me just make this recipe so I know what smart points it is and just like keep it moving. So one of the recipes I'm gonna be making today is from WW. So if you're interested in seeing any of these recipes, you can go and download the WW app and take a personalized assessment to figure out what plan is best for you based on your current food habits and your eating habits and your fitness habits, etc. If you want to sign up for WW, I have a really sweet offer in the description box. You can go down below there and check it out. All right, so if you open up the WW app and then you scroll all the way to the bottom, you will see the recipes. There are tons of recipes in the app, like so many different options. I have a couple of recipes saved, so I'm just gonna go back up here. I'll go to my saved recipes, and today I'm gonna be making a Cuban style pork and sweet potato slow cooker stew. So I'm gonna open that up right there in the app. So when I'm meal prepping for the week, as long as it's not super hot outside, I actually love to use the slow cooker. It's a really easy way to throw something in, let it start cooking, and then you can focus on making something else. So that's one of my hacks for cooking a lot of meals at the same time. Almost always I am putting something on the slow cooker, and then oftentimes I'll bake something in the oven and then make something on the stove, and that's kind of like how I get everything done when I'm batch cooking. So for this recipe, it says it takes only 15 minutes to prep. It serves 4, and there's only 4 smart points in the WW Purple plan. There are 2 steps in this recipe, so good. Potatoes, pork, tomatoes, garlic. You place basically everything into a slow cooker, and you cover and cook for 7 hours. Nice, let's do it. One of the biggest things that I'm learning in WW is portion sizes. And so to me, I'm like, oh, this is like 2 servings, but it's definitely 4 servings of pork. So I have not been eating appropriate portion sizes, but ever since I've been using WW, I have a much clearer idea like what a healthy portion of meat, of grains, and vegetables are, so I can better plan my meals. All right, so the recipe says to add just 2 scallions and the green parts, but I love scallions and I love onions, so I'm actually gonna add both the greens and the whites, both the greens and the whites to this dish, but first I'm gonna wash them because alrighty, yes, yum, good. So all that's left is a clove of garlic. Also love me some garlic, so I'm gonna do 2 cloves instead of 1. But that's just me, you know? I think one of the really cool things about WW is that things like herbs, vegetables, they're 0 points. So like me adding additional garlic or additional scallions isn't gonna impact my smart points. So we have sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, pork loin, the can of tomatoes is there, garlic, orange juice, scallion, great. So let me get the orange juice. All right, the orange juice is a 1/4 cup. Although most fruit and vegetables in WW are 0 points, fruit juices are not 0 points, so actually I'm gonna measure this out properly. Hot take. Usually when I make recipes, I do usually add more seasonings, but I want to see how this tastes because I've never made this before. So I'm gonna just use the recommended amount. So it's a teaspoon of cumin, and then a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. Oh, it smells good. It smells really good. Cover and cook on low for 7 hours. It's already 3:30, so I ain't got the time to do that. I'm gonna cook it on high for 4 hours, and then hopefully it turns out okay. So now that the pork and potatoes are in the slow cooker, I'm going to move on to making the chicken dish that I'm going to be serving both for us and for the baby. I actually am really excited to do this. The first time we made it, we only made it for the baby, but he just is like now eating real foods. Like he doesn't want spoons of puree anymore. He wants to eat what we're eating. So I'm going to be seeing if I can season it the same exact way that I would season our food, minus the salt and the pepper, obviously, and give it to him. So to start off, we're gonna need some onions. Ooh, my eyes. My eyes. My eyes. Oh my gosh. Ooh-wee. Ooh, you are a rock. You are a rock. You do not cry. Done with the onions. So another cool thing about the WW app with the recipes is that you can create your own recipe. This is gonna be, what do I call this? Chicken and carrots. Yeah, chicken thighs and carrots. Let's do that. So this is gonna serve 4 people, and I'm gonna add ingredients. So first ingredient is, and that's the sizzling, some vegetable oil. Yo, I cannot spell. Vegetable, yes. Gonna add about 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. I need more. I need like 4 teaspoons. 4 teaspoons. Cool. Another ingredient, and add onions. Uncooked onions. But yeah, 0 smart points. So as I add every ingredient to the dish, I will add it to the recipe. And then at the end, it'll tell me how many smart points the recipe is. And then I don't have to do any calculating. And that's just so easy. Ooh, sidebar. I recently got this cookware from Caribe, which is a black-owned company. You can find everything black-owned these days. I love it. I love how it's wood, but then also silicone, because I actually prefer to cook with silicone. It's just easier. Yeah, but I like the stiffness of the wood in my hand, so it's really just a perfect cookware set. In case you're looking for some new kitchen utensils. Alright, star of this dish is chicken thighs. So I don't know why, but my son loves chicken. And I am going to be using these bone-in chicken thighs. Season with salt and pepper before putting them in the pan. I'm only gonna put a little bit of salt because we're giving this to the baby too. So I will, once I am mostly done, I'll remove his portion and then I'll add more salt for Jonathan and I. But just for now, he needs a little bit of flavor. I'm not gonna give the kid some bland chicken, okay? That's not right. That's not fair. So just gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna put these down. And here's where you're gonna be surprised, because I feel like when people are preparing food for babies, like they don't think to add like flavor, but my son actually really likes flavor. So I'm gonna add thyme. I'm too lazy to go to our garden and get fresh thyme, so I'm just gonna add a liberal thyme. I'm also going to add coriander. Do I wanna add coriander? Yeah, I'm gonna add some coriander. So thyme, coriander. What else, what else, what else? Let's hit the kid with some curry. Alrighty, so I'm going to now just let that brown. All right, while that's browning, I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken thighs and those spices to the recipe in the WW app. All right, last thing, I just steamed these carrots, so now I'm gonna add most of them to this so it can be a chicken and carrot dish. Last, I'm just gonna add the rest of these scallion tops and then cover. Okay, up next, while this is simmering, that is in the slow cooker. Only took 15 minutes to get this on the stove. So that's done. Now I am going to make some potatoes for us to eat. One of my favorite recipes for potatoes is smashed potatoes. Guys, this is gonna be so good. You first boil the potatoes, then you smash them, and then you bake them or like roast them, and they're just like crispy and delicious. There is a smashed potatoes recipe in WW. So if you're interested in seeing that recipe, definitely download WW. Let's get on to these potatoes, because they're not gonna cook themselves. Cooked. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? So first I'm gonna let this cool, and I'm gonna shred the chicken and obviously remove the bone. Then I'm going to just blend it all up. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Then I'm just gonna pop it in a freezer mold, and then it's good to go. So the potatoes are done cooking. I'm now going to scoop them out and put them in the roasting pan to actually smash them. Our son is eating right now, so he's a little chatty. Really coarsely like shredded the chicken, and I'm also gonna be blending his food with some peas that we already steamed, because he really just loves peas. He'll eat anything with peas in them. So I'm gonna blend it all up. I have the blender out. The last thing, let me just flip the potatoes first, and then we'll get on with the blending. I don't think I showed you guys what it looks like, but that's what the kids' food is gonna be this week. And this is, he's eating like 1.5 of these a day now, so this will get us through likely to the end of the week. I like making his food ourselves for the same reason that I like cooking for ourselves. Like, you know, you don't really know, like when you order food or when you go out to eat, you like don't really know exactly what's in the, like going into the meal. But when you make food yourself, like you can make substitutions, like you can really control what you're eating and what you're putting in your body. And so, yeah, I prefer cooking. I know that it's like not feasible for everyone, but I really prefer just like home cooked foods, home cooked meals. I do feel like it's really important if you are trying to like live a healthy life to know what's going inside your body, like know what foods that you're eating. As much as you can do to take control of the food that you eat, I feel like that's a really important step in terms of like living a healthy, well-rounded life. So that's just my little 2 cents that nobody asked for. Last but not least, our potatoes are done. Ooh. Oh goodness. Okay, my glasses are all fogged up, but look at how yummy and crispy these potatoes are. I cannot wait to dig into this food. So we have the carrots, we have the chicken, we have the crispy potatoes, and then we have some bok choy that I actually made last night. Carrots are good. I want to pick up the potatoes with my fingers. I love potatoes. Not too much salt. I'm just gonna have to use my hands because that's the life we're living right now. I don't feel like getting up to get a knife. Oh, I think I forgot to show you guys. I actually added a little bit more salt and some pepper to the chicken, so it tastes really good. So I find that when I plan my meals out ahead of time, I'm much more likely to stay on track and eat in a way that fuels my body and makes me feel good. So although you can use the WW app to track your meals, it can do so much more than that. It, as you saw, has recipes built in. There are workouts there. You can track how much water you're drinking. You can track your sleep. There's a bunch of things that you can do in the WW app to improve your overall health and wellness. If you're on a health and wellness journey and want something else to kind of jumpstart that, then definitely check the WW app out. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and leave below a comment. What is your favorite dish to meal prep ahead of time? For me, it's really just chicken. Like, chicken is just so easy to prepare, and it like lasts through the week, especially if you just like eat one thigh. Like, that's, you know, a serving size for chicken. But yeah, I would love to know like what your favorite dish is to prepare ahead of time. So the pork and sweet potatoes aren't quite yet done. I'll definitely show you guys how that dish turned out once it's ready. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.